crying little girl here. Just just a step up, you know, and the crying gets more complex when you get around to be about 50. But I wanted to share a little bit more of myself. God, you're never going to get it, babes. And you do not try to close down people like us, you know, because we're not really harming anybody. You're harming your mind coming here, and I don't want to know what you think, because that shit right there, I already know that I take care of my hellhole. You people are out of control, you know. So anyway, that's hard to prove too, because everybody, you're outnumbered. But this is what a lot of my material may point out. Maybe, I don't know. Jesus, you weren't outnumbered. Pardon the way I look. Um, I would rather be playing music, but I don't have the acoustic guitar. See, thing is I would always spontaneously. So the thing about an acoustic guitar is that it vibrates into your. It's an acoustic guitar. It's non-electric. It's very different than the acoustic guitar. It's a real live musical experience when you're playing it. It vibrates into your body, and you. And I always sang with that, and I would sing for everybody. But you know, I guess I'm supposed to not concentrate on any of that I've been doing, you know, and think that it will make me feel better, but really no. That's talk about self-harm. I made a last video about that, and I'll put it up in this video, and maybe put it up. I don't know if I want to make it go public. I'll unlist it because it's very personal. I certainly don't want any narcissists to know about it. Really, we're in a day and age where you know, the only way to really, if you want to remain buoyant above the fact, now this is a fact, you guys. I'm not aiming this to any one people that might be listening to this, because they have a problem with me. And by the way, you should turn it off. Go find something that you can find nourishes you, that gives you an idea about yourself, how to get better than you were yesterday or even right now. Thank you. Nobody cares for people that don't like them either. I can't care for you. And you're also doing something that is, talk about self-harm. Do not try to quarantine me off because you can't just, well, can you build enough behind a fence? I doubt it. I doubt it. There's something else going on with you, I'm sure. See, I've done a lot of my work, and I find myself as an Aries rising doing the protractor of everybody else's work, all the signs. It's like, no, wait a minute. Here's a Libra that can't seem to fucking regurgitate their shitty fucking relationship. Okay, so there's a Leo who's completely off in left field. Those people are just sure to be in left field, and because and they never mention it. It's like, shh, forget about the clowns conducting a circus over there while the shit is getting serious. Really, what are we gonna do? The Pluto is opposing Leo. It's like, no choice now but to maybe turn the lights onto the truth now. It's the truth is going to be coming up, and Leo's like, I can do this. Really, the sun can do it. They're known to be kind of heavy that way. Maybe. Do they stay up until past 9 o'clock? I don't know. I'm asking for a Scorpio that squares the hell out of it. All these people, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus in particular, ooh, they're getting shaken up. You know, Uranus is about to go forward. And see, I can't afford this fucking shit of the narcissist paradigm. These people who are trying to get a restraining order on somebody who's actually, you don't have, you lost your battle about the light. It would be rude to turn it back on. You know it, not to just me, but a lot of people who are actually, there are more. I told you the fact. There are more people who practice turning their lights off in this neighborhood. And I hate to tell you the news. It's because of me. I didn't raise a fuss like you think I did. You want me to tell you the story? Well, first of all, people weren't caring or something. I don't know. And, well, it's because now this guy, you know, this guy next door that I live next to? I'm not going to say a name, but he's a military cuckoo nut. He's got a fucking asylum over there that he's conducting. So he thinks he is anyway. It's where he's at in his head. Otherwise, we're in the mountains and there ain't shit that he needs any of that for. None of it. Not really. So anyway, so he had this. Oh God, he had this anyway. Like it's a stadium kind of voltage light that you can play volleyball underneath it, and it was on permanently. He thought he was going to turn that shit, keep that shit on permanently. See, I rolled back on in here after doing a walkabout for 20 years or whatever. Just rolled back on in here. Up here, I lived and worked and rented homes, and and then came back here, and I noticed that light on first thing, and that light, ladies and gentlemen, me, it made me cry. Not because it was hurting my eyes, although yeah, I was bawling in tears. I was like, well, how do we stop it? Why is it there? You know, it was lighting up a bunch of crap. There's just tarp crap strewn around. It's like, why don't you turn it off? Nobody could see it and to take it. Try not to make sense out of me too much, really. I'll do all of that for me. It's what keeps me alone here. And like, damn, these people are adamant in trying to knock me around. Especially the help. Try to get me to believe that my grandmother was wrong for wanting to take care of the downtrodden, the people that were homeless. You see, changing my subject matter. But see, the way that I got him to turn on off his light is I made it useful to me. I made sure that I did. I literally, I gardened. I had a big garden when I first got here. I had year after year, it was a massive garden with corn rows, and I would make sure that I was watering my garden in the 2 in the morning and with his light. I made sure I just worked at night in his light, and I think he noticed it enough times where he was like, "You can't use my light." He's a psychopath, and so if it's useful to somebody and somebody's having fun with it, it's like, no. He turned it off, never to be turned on again. Well, I take that back. Now it was I think a year and a half, 2 years ago or something. For some reason, he installed one that goes on. It's on a timer. No matter what, if anybody is there or not, it turns on. And so I have. That's why mainly why I have these particular shrouds on my windows. It beams in. It's another stadium size like you would use for race car driving roads or something light. And I just, if I can't see it out of sight, out of mind. Look, I know how to live in the insane asylum called the city. I know how to just forget that everybody's crazy and she's screaming over there and that person's doing anything they want on their property. And then over it's just a complete insane asylum. We're trying to be more or less that, don't you think? But now that it's turning into it around me, I have to go. Pardon me. Did you hear that knock? My ancestry has been here knocking on the walls. They're telling me of change coming. What are you going to do about it? Well, I'm not going to go to a court hearing where it's just me there thumbing myself down. No, it doesn't sound fair. I think I don't care about what, there isn't any thing. It's denied right now. See, what they're saying is that it's denied, all of the allegations against me, until I go to court. And stand there and take it in the ass? No, thank you. Will you please come with me and try and justify your you don't have an argument, by the way, and you're not going to argue, I could tell. And I wasn't looking for that. And I am so just, I can't take back the fact that the way that I was in such pain I didn't know what to do when I thought that there was a house going to be built there. I honestly thought that the house was going to be built. Why else do people tractor really hard and make it level in the middle of their yard? See, that's the thing, is the amount of tractor that was going on. I was just thinking, oh, fuck. Now I have to explain to these people that there's already a house on their property. I mean, I was kind of like getting really fucking jokey about that because it's like, you know where we are with it? A lot of the stuff that's going on, it's like we see it, now stop. Don't do it. Stop doing that. Why did you do it? Because money says realty is the thing to do? There's something that said that one thing said, okay, the narcissist, you can puzzle it together. Why do they end up here? Destroying everybody's life and everything around them. Well, they're going by trend. And unfortunately, and this is the truth, look it up. It's not just me here. Jesus Christ. People are doing research, and I'm kind of going along the lines like, yeah, that seems true because my experience is true. They're saying that it's mainly psychopaths, especially psychopaths, but mainly, of course, narcissists. They're really good at making money. That's all they think about. It's just the main thing is making money, and how do I rob the next person? That's how they're good at it. It's why they're good at it is because they don't mind robbing people and being a lie and being a moral masochist. And you only hope they just inherited that money and think, what's going on out there? Kind of like me. I'm like, oh my God. I think I was sound enough to run into the mountains away from something. A lot of times people really are doing that. I trip out on. I love me, by the way. Not anything like you people can't. But no, even though that I'm doing self-harm because I don't have love from other people, I take it out on myself, really. If it makes you feel better, I'm, I can blame it on the full moon, and a lot of times I will fast, but I've already been kind of fasting. I've been having a hard time with it. Shouldn't be doing that. That's self-harm. And what else? Oh, the no sleeping. Well, where does it come from? I'm deeply sensitive. If I'm feeling like more and more that people don't like me, I really do think that there's something wrong with me then, right? Aren't you happy to hear that? As a psychopath, narcissistic, really fucking mean people. You're the most miserable though because you have the capacity to be that way genuinely. You're capable of hating people. You see, this is the thing that you will never know about me, and I might live to tell the tale about how it could look like that I'm a hater and how it could look like that I'm mean and all this stuff. And it's like, no, some people get really stressed out and then they start doing weird things that they won't just say, I need help. Well, actually, I take that back. I did do that, and let me tell you how you attract more hell into you. Just put a fucking P at the end of it. Hell. Hell. Jesus, did you ask for help? Hell no. Who the fuck do you think I am? Oh, okay. I get it. I get it. There ain't anybody coming back for you. And you can thank God for that. You're like, God, thank God. It's always just gonna be me here. Nah, no, I'm still human, babes. I miss people. I miss love in my life. I miss I miss being seen for my better attributes than being thumbed down by people that really. I'm pretty sure that there's a jealous ass fucking society out there that really, nah, when I'm having a Neptune opposite my Venus and it's in the air where I could easily be thumbed down, it could be a reality that says, this isn't even real love. It could be the reality of, no, actually, there's people that will pick on you just because you have blonde hair. Maybe. See, I never really experienced any of this, but until I blame it on Neptune going, and it's like this stuff going on. It's like, okay, I have to deal with that. It's not always going to be just, oh no, it will serve you. It's more like, oh, this is the perfect time to shut down because you're just, you're just you just want, look at you. You are the one who just begs and gets it all for you free, right? And it's like, oh, I'm not really, you don't really know me. I keep to myself and I, I live my life. And a lot of people might think I'm snobbish, but really it's like, no, I'm just very private and personal. And I would love, if I'm suffering now, probably overboard, having have been isolated and how do I reintegrate myself except for I'm pretty sure I'm doing it by doing these YouTubes. See, there will be your enemies watching this stuff if you're completely transparent and trying to be as real as you can. Which I'll never expose the fact of my shadow work that I'm doing like right now and some things because you can go general and say, you have shadow work too, and here's what it is. And it might not even be your fucking shadow work that you need to do. You're doing everybody else's shadow work. Yes, if you are ready to live right now, um, like I thought I was, but it's like this, babes. When you are sent somebody to do shadow work with them, you need to take it as a blessing. You need to look at it and just take it for what it is. It's a lesson. It's a blessing. You know, no matter how painful it is, you had to go through that to go to the next stage of what. Well, what do you think you deserve now? What are you really after? See, it's my experience that sometimes you'll come across the worst, and you'll put all your energy in it, and unfortunately, that's not the one. But you gave it 110%. Now you're resentful. Now you want to turn on them. You want to make sure that they understand that you took too much from me and I got nothing. But you know what? What comes along after that, in the middle of you just saying, it could be divine intervention too. That's my experience. It's just something else better comes along and says, "No, I'm here, babe. I'm the one you were waiting for. You watch. I genuinely like you. I have the time for you. I'm not carrying a bunch of luggage. Well, maybe I am, and I say personally, me, that's what I'm here for. I help people unpack some of their luggage, and a lot of times people will actually come here and stay for a little while, and something will burst in them, like if they had a cyst or some kind of buildup of a pimple or something, it would just burst here. I know that's the grossest thing to talk about, but no, I'm a Venus in Virgo, and if I start letting you in on like, well, why am I so unhappy? Well, I don't have that job of wiping somebody's ass right now. Not a child, although it can be. I like taking care of the elderly. I love the way I get a feeling from them when they get a genuine feeling of like, oh, you helped me and that felt so good. And I'm like, that's all I wanted to see with you. And imagine doing that 8 or 9 times over again. I don't know. See, I would never go and get a job doing that. I just thought about it and it scared me. Because when you have to do it, that takes the joy out of it. See, but the thing is about me is I've been called to do it, and I stepped right up. I First of all, you can't see somebody laying in their feces, and people need to step up and take care. This was during the COVID-19, and I have a conversation that I keep listening that I had with this person. They were very coherent up to the very last breath of their death, and the one thing that they said this little poem that I wish I could just call it just that. And he says, AI and my eye is not of the eye, or something like that. He looked at me and said that, and I was like, I didn't really register what he was saying. Anyway, he was, he liked me, and he kept calling me, and really, I knew what I didn't really ever have anything to do with this guy. He was a family friend, and I don't really see. I got to study it. It's like this was a narcissist to the bone, who indeed would say proudly that he's an atheist. In fact, boy, this video, the first thing that he would present to me like hardcore, like a hatchet, like a throw rocks at me is, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. So what he was asking me right there, I knew what I had to do is like, much as I'm going to make him see God really quick. And so I told him a story, and I'm going to wrap this up, and you should try it too. But only if you have a genuine feeling for this fact of what God really is, really where you're headed. It's always now. It's nobody has ever seen this moment now. If you can really get this and go to somebody's deathbed, and they try to tell you they're an atheist, it's like, oh, but first of all, you're having trouble with words. God, do you know what the truth is? They don't know what that is, and then keep kind of doing a little like the act I do. Well, this is the truth, and this is the truth, but this is not the truth. This is the truth, and this is the truth, but this is not the truth. The space around the truth is not the truth, but the truth within the space is it. Capital T. I, you see. No, not me. No, so but it's very simple. Just tell them this. Well, there's never been anything else but God. Reality, the fact of reality that's right now. Here, God is here right now. Look, somebody asked the Master, Master, is there life after death? And the sweet Master said, who bothers to tell these stories and listen to the little children coming along, 60, 70, 80-year-old children? You tell me, have you ever seen life after now?